Hey there, and good Monday evening to you. It's First Alert meteorologist Isaac Williams checking up on the forecast. An unseasonably cool weather day today. Temperatures in the 60s. As of the climate report at 4 o'clock, the high temperature today was only 68 degrees. We had some indications that we may have briefly touched 70 at about 5 o'clock, but regardless, it was a record low high temperature, meaning that the record for the day in terms of the lowest it's ever been on this day was 73. And so whether we got to 68, 9, or 70, we definitely did not come close to that record temperature. And the low temperature was 66. So if you can believe it or not, in an August day, we only saw a 2 or 3 degree spread in those temperatures. Of course, a far cry from the 100-degree record set back in 1947. We did see some light to moderate rain at times in Atlanta today, and in the climate reports, just 0.16 inches of rain falling. For the month of August, we're actually well ahead so far. It's been a very soggy pattern, and we are ahead for the month. But we're still kind of making up for that little drier spell that we kind of slipped into in portions of late July. In terms of 60-degree high temperatures, this is what we're looking at. This is a rare company day, whereas, again, it's only been highs in the 60s very few times in the month of August. We did it 3 times in 1986. We did it twice in 2013, twice in 1949, and once in 1936. You see how infrequent this happens with highs in the 60s. And that's, again, we did it twice, most recently in mid-August on the 16th and the 17th. The high was 66 and 67 degrees. And again, as of the 4 o'clock climate report, the high today only 68 degrees. As a reminder, 49 days until the fall season begins. September the 22nd is when we change seasons officially. But of course, North Georgia, we always wait and usher in fall sometime in October, it seems. And we will be warming back up through the end of this week and into the weekend. So this super more comfortable, cool weather that we've been dealing with the past couple of days is not expected to last, of course. But as you'll see in the 7-day forecast coming up, we actually don't have any 90-degree days through next Monday. Again, it is going to be warming up. It is going to be getting more humid. But in terms of super-duper hot weather, we simply don't have that coming up in the forecast. Flood watch is in effect. So earlier today, Weather Service expanded it to include all of eastern Georgia. This is until 8 p.m. on Tuesday. An additional 1 to 3 inches of rain possible between now and then. Not everybody in the flood watch will see it, but because we have seen so much rain in recent days, at least dating back to Saturday and even late last week, we definitely have some concern of flooding. Here's a look at First Alert radar this evening. It is not super busy, but we have this steady light rain across metro Atlanta, and then some heavier showers toward Macon in middle Georgia, and then some other steadier showers are lifting into portions of the upstate of South Carolina. Thankfully, I think the heaviest of the rain, we have seen it today. We won't see too much heavy activity into the evening, but we are watching for the possibility of some additional heavy rain to develop overnight into tomorrow morning. We have another First Alert weather day in store for Tuesday, but again, sprinkles to light rain across metro Atlanta this evening. Again, some of that heavier activity kind of sliding through middle Georgia and into portions of the Midlands and upstate of South Carolina. Rain mounts over the last 3 days. As we kind of take a look at where the heavier totals were, we had some trouble in northwest Georgia, east Alabama, Cleveland County had quite a bit of flooding problems. And then we had some flash flooding in portions of Newton and Walton counties. This was yesterday morning. And obviously, Metro Atlanta has seen quite a bit of heavy rainfall as well. So here's just a sampling of the rain totals, again, over the past 3 days. Some of you not getting a lot, others getting 3 or 4 inches of rain. And again, that's the reason the flood watch continues, because in areas that have seen 3 to 4 inches of rain and even higher amounts in Cleveland County, Alabama, some of the radar estimates there were 7 or 8 inches. And again, all that kind of occurred Saturday night and Sunday morning. We have saturated soils. It's actually been a little breezy the past couple days as well, and that has been a recipe for some scattered power outages and even some scattered tree damage in a few spots. Thankfully, nothing widespread, but obviously that is something to pay attention to. And again, the rain totals definitely adding up in surrounding spots of Atlanta. Not thankfully right in the center of town, but definitely you folks out in Covington, You folks out in Walton County near Monroe, seeing 3 to 4 inches of rain in the past few days. So it is definitely something that we'll pay attention to at least over the course of the next 24 hours. So as we see here on Futurecast, the rest of this evening is not too bad, but overnight into kind of the middle of the night and then toward daybreak on Tuesday, check out that surge of heavy rain moving back toward the metro. It looks like things, once again, will be kind of along and southeast of 85, so basically from Atlanta to Gainesville, eastward and southward, that's where the heaviest rain is likely to be in the morning. So another first alert weather day is in store for Tuesday. Again, right now the heaviest rain looks to be in the morning hours of Tuesday. You can see this kind of continues through midday tomorrow, and then hopefully things quiet down for the afternoon commute. We can't guarantee it, but right now all of our models are kind of trending toward the worst of the weather tomorrow to be on the front end of the day, and maybe after lunch we start to see things taper off just a little bit. So early morning rain for sure, drier evening. Not to say it's fully dry, but it is going to be, I think the rain coverage coming down a little bit, and we should get a little warmer tomorrow, but even still, tomorrow's high of 74 is nowhere close to where we should be for this time of the year, which is, again, close to 90 degrees. You can see that in the corner of the graphic. Excuse me, the normal high temperature is 90, tomorrow's high of 74. In Atlanta, nowhere close to that. Rome, Georgia, with the slightly lower rain coverage expected for you folks in northwest Georgia. We might get a little bit warmer, but still we're not thinking anywhere gets to 80 tomorrow, which is, again, very rare, very uncommon for early August around here. Even in the mountains, holding in the 70s is a bit abnormal for this time of the year. Flash flood risk will continue basically, again, from Atlanta to Gainesville, south and east. That's where that level 2 out of 4 risk of flooding continues, and this does spread over into the Carolinas. So if you have any interest there, the same sort of risk will continue. Here's a look at the 7-day forecast. Again, the first alert weather day tomorrow, and we see rain coverage slightly decrease Wednesday and Thursday, and maybe we'll start to see a little bit of sunshine creep back in. It's been a while since we've seen the sun here in North Georgia, which is also another very uncommon thing in the summer months. Highs do return to the 80s starting on Thursday and lasting into the weekend. The next potential first alert weather day is Friday. We're watching that closely for potentially increased rain chances. Right now we're at about 50-50, and then the weekend does bring a 40% chance of rain on Saturday, followed by a decrease Sunday into early next week. Even by Monday of next week, high temperatures still a little short of average at 87 degrees. A check of the tropics. We've had some interest perk up in the last 24 hours. So there is an area of development the Hurricane Center is watching off of the Carolina and Florida coastline. This could be an area of low pressure that forms in the next couple of days. Right now, a 30% chance of development. And then across the eastern and central Atlantic, there is a tropical wave expected to emerge off the west coast of Africa that is going to move into an environment that could be a little more conducive, and right now it's about a 50% chance of development in the next 7 days. So this system's not even formed yet. It's nothing to worry about, and even if it does form, chances are it will not impact the United States, since the pattern does not favor longer tracked systems to make it from Africa to the United States at this point in the season. If this was September, we would be a little bit more weary maybe, but we have a long time to watch this. But we do have a active tropical storm in the Atlantic. It is well north of the island of Bermuda. Dexter forming last night. It is expected to remain a fairly weak tropical storm. You can see the wind shear kind of affecting it, where the storms are kind of on the east side of the circulation, so that limits the ability for the storm to strengthen. And so with that in mind, the Hurricane Center's track here, you can see nothing more than 45, maybe 50 mile per hour winds in the open Atlantic, not affecting anything, so that's good news. Moving northeast at 15, so a fairly fast storm movement, obviously away from the east coast, and again, this is passing well north of the island of Bermuda. Here's again a look at the 7-day forecast. Again, temperatures will be in the 70s tomorrow and Wednesday, finally warming up through the end of the week. Rain chances will continue. Right now, we're not seeing anything super dry in the forecast, maybe until Sunday and Monday, and even then, we still have an isolated shower sticking around. But overall, a wet, soggy pattern into Tuesday morning. Make sure you're taking some extra time on the roads tomorrow. It likely will be pouring rain in some spots across north and central Georgia, with cloudy, gloomy sky conditions sticking around, but still humid and mild conditions expected Tuesday, with highs in the mid-70s.